Good morning, good morning. I always forget to mute the monitor. Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to a new episode of Spontaneous Stories. Today, I change a little bit the settings because I really love every time to make changes. And now the camera is a little bit on the side. So if I look to the camera, to the main camera here, is just over there. But I would like just to give I don't know. I mean, I have another camera over there, just a little bit of movement. So when I move, when I move to the sharing screen camera, so basically I'm looking right to the straight to the sharing screen camera, but the main camera is like 3/4. I don't know if it's a good idea. Well, let's see. I will definitely be happy to collect your feedback. So do you like the new camera setup? Do you like that I'm talking not really right to you, but like this way, because 3/4, then when I share in the screen, it's like straightforward, looking into the eyes, or it's much better, let's say, having always the camera straight in. Well, I don't know. It's changing. It's a good to experiment. But let's go to the spontaneous story episode of today. So what is the number one mistake that I would like to say almost everyone, including myself, we do or we have done it in the past? And the number one mistake is when you start speaking, well, you just start and then go speaking. And then when you finish speaking, you finish. You just stop talking. And I understand that in some situation you cannot always have you can always have an entrance of a big opening or big closure, but you need always to think about that. Every time that you are speaking, especially if it's a presentation, it's a situation where really your communication matters. You really needed to keep in mind your beloved pets. I mean, I'm a cat person, but I know that there are people that are dog person. I mean, everyone loves the pets. And so think your speech like a pet. That's exactly why pets and speech are related together. Because I would like to give you something to remind. Okay, I would like to give you something that when you start speaking, say, okay, let me remind my beloved cat or my beloved pets. And when your speech is like your pet have a head and have a tail, and it's very important that also your speech have a head, have a tail. Make sure that when you start speaking, you have a very clear in mind, okay, what is the head of my speech? How I'm going to start speaking? How would I like to introduce myself? And this brings, let's say, some good idea on what is a strong opening and what is like a weak opening. So definitely a strong opening, you want to grab attention. You want to set the tone of your speech. Remember, the purpose of the speech is it's like an informative speech. It's like an entertaining speech. It's an inspirational speech. The tone since the beginning, it's very important. It's very important that you start the tone of the speech related to the audience. And then you want to create the audience with the connection. This is the classical recommendation that you can find in many sites. Everyone says classical recommendation, how you to hook your audience, how to open, what is the head of your speech, how to hook your audience. Well, ask questions. How many times, did happen to you, I don't know if someone is online, but if someone is online, did ever happen to you that you start talking and you start with, yeah, I was not expecting today to say this, or you start talking, say, yeah, my name is Riccardo Ginevri, I am a project manager in this project, and I worked for 10 years in this other project. Well, yeah, it could be interesting, but you know what? It really depending, and most of the time is not really interesting. I give you a secret. People don't care about your name. Your name, my name. That's the reality. Especially if you are going to do a presentation, especially if you want to grab their attention, if you want to inspire. You don't go on the stage and say, oh, hello, my name is it's Riccardo Ginevri, I'm very good in storytelling. You go on the stage and say, well, you know what? Your speech is like a pet. Have a head and a tail and a body. Everyone knows the body is where the juice is, but don't forget the head and the tail. And someone say, okay, Riccardo, what you're talking about? You're talking about storytelling and public speaking, or you're talking about pets? And this is really setting the tone. This is really grabbing the attention. People want to know more. People want to understand. So remember, when you start talking, remember your pet, your dog, and your speech. And I would like just to use my other screen. Sharing screen. Just let me do a quick sketch on this. So let's sketch our speech. So our speech, as I say, is, now I'm going to sketch a pet. Let's see. I'm a cat person. Anyone online? Are you dog or cat person? Or, I don't know, capybara person? Well, maybe. Okay, so I'm a cat person, and I'm going to design our speech. So our speech have a head. Okay? And the head is grabbing the attention. Okay, so this is the head of my of my speech. A little bit. This time the speech is a little bit like not really. Seems that I wake up just a few minutes ago, but it's okay. This is the head of my speech. So a speech have an opening, but you are struggling to remember that head of your speech that have to bite your audience, have to connect with your audience, and remember your pet. And I would like to give you an example. There is a speech, now I try to remember, there is a speech delivered by, I think it was the Samsung CEO, Michael Bay, who was the Samsung experience CEO, but yeah, it was a Michael Bay at the CIS into 2014. And he went on the stage, and there were this huge screen, this huge Samsung screen. I think that was they were launching the OLED, the big OLED screens. And actually, Michael Bay, he went on the stage, and was like, the feeling was like, imagine a big theater filled of people, dark, and then the stage was really with the lights, was all gray dark, and this big Samsung in the middle of the stage, and it was the presenter. Welcome on the stage, Michael Bay. Yeah, Michael, thank you to be with us today. And yeah, Samsung is doing a great technology advances. I don't remember exactly the words, but yeah, I was introducing, imagine the scene. So spotlight, Michael Bay, the presenter, this big screen, tell us something more. And Michael look around. I start to say, I do remember that he start humming. Well, and then he look a little bit like lost. I think he say, "Oh, welcome, thank you to have me," and then he say, "It looks lost around." It was like a pause. That is a good thing, you know. A pause is good things, but in his eyes, the pause was like panicking, and then he just walk away. He really walk away in this way. What was the problem? So Michael didn't prepare, obviously, his it's a speech, and he was looking for the teleprompter, and the teleprompter was not working, and he completely got lost. He was the CEO of the Samsung, and he was like leaving abruptly the stage, and the people like, really, what's going on? And the stage was filled. I mean, it was like hundreds of people. Everyone was there. Well, it's this, you can still find this video on the web. That's interesting because it's one of the few videos that you can find still for a proper failure. There are other videos around. If you Google it, or if you ask GPT or Perplexity, oh, what are the video? Please search on the web and give me videos of a famous starting speech failures, and you can find some of them. But so just to point the fact that it's easy to forget it. It's easy to forget it under the pressure of the starting of the speech. Whatever you are prepared. I mean, of course, Michael Bay was expected to go on the stage and speaking. I was expected to do this. And it's exactly the same of the Grammy Awards, Oscar or Academy Award. Sorry, in Italian we say Oscar, but Academy Awards. You expect to go on the stage and say something. So get prepared. And if you are not expecting, this is something that I also said in my previous talk about impromptu speaking. If you are in a meeting, professional environment, if you are in a meeting, in a status meeting, in a product meeting, in a scrum meeting, well, maybe you are not expecting to be introduced, maybe you are not expecting to say nothing, but always expect that there is a moment where you need, one, introduce yourself, two, say something about what you are doing. So if you are going to introduce yourself, it's okay to say, my name is Riccardo Ginevri, because you are introducing yourself. But prepare before. And set the tone. Maybe you have 2 or 3 different introductions of yourself. One is very technical, one is very general, one is very short, one is more bigger. It's easy to prepare a tone. It takes really 30 minutes and elevate. Because you start talking and you start saying, my name is Riccardo Ginevri. I'm currently working in a project office team, but now I'm in your project. Yes, thank you. That's it. Okay. Or you are required to do a status reporting, something like that. Just say, oh yeah, this is what we are doing. Just start with the tone and say, yes, we are in late because this reason. Oh, we did, Riccardo, how happens that this code failed the testing? And say, yeah, this code failed the testing because we face an old piece of code, we face trouble with the API, we didn't receive on time the authorization to access to this database, whatever it is. Get prepared. Look to the audience. Bite. Remember, the head of your pet. Okay, cool. Now, let's move to the of course, then your pet have a body. I mean, the body is let me sketch the body of our pet today. Let's go to the sharing screen. Yeah, sharing screen is over there. Okay, perfect. So now the body of our pet. I don't want to talk about the body of our pet, but of course we have legs. Okay, and that's it. I mean, okay. Now let's talk. The body is where the juice is, where your pet mainly is. But then we are going to talk the end of your pet. Okay, the tail. Now let's remember. We say that your speech have an head and have a tail. And what normally the tail does? Well, I mean, what normally the tail does? Okay, if it's a cat, the tail says, when you cuddle the cat, what is going to happen? That the tail goes up and say, oh, here the cat is like signaling, here I'm ending. The cat is ending. Most of the time when you cuddle the cat is raising the tail just to signal that his body is ended. And it's exactly the same for our speech. When you get to the end, just send a signal to your audience that your speech is going to an end. Let's move back to my. Let's signal that is going to an end. That's very important. So you do all your message, you do all your speech, and then you say in conclusion, then you say in a summary, if there is one thing that I would like to leave you. Here again, the purpose is important. I think that I have a video about start with the ends in mind. It means that you need to know where you're going to end. In Italian we say devi sapere dove devi andare a parare. That means basically means, okay, you know where you're going to end. You know what you want to, what is the scope of your message. We want to inspire. We want to rise everyone. Remember how your pets when you're talking. You want to inform. Remember, your pet have an head and a tail. And when you cuddle your pet, the tail is very important because it's signaling the end. Just remember what you want to what the message that you want to deliver and the purpose of your speech. Informing, entertaining, and inspiring, persuading, entertaining. If you have a dog, you know, I mean, the dog are really tag wailing, and that's it. And that's the entertaining. The dog give you a lot of information with his tail. So you want to make sure that when you end your speech is like the tail of your speech is really wagging. Well, do it. And with and in a very strong way, and with a quotation, and with the beginning eventually. With you can reconnect with the beginning and say, yeah, every speech should have like an end and a tail. This is a kind of recommendation that most of the people don't realize that they need to end properly. And here I would like just to remember some very bad ending. Okay, I have seen senior managers during their presentation ending with that's it. Yeah, I mean, they do the presentation, that's it, thank you very much to listen me, I wish you, yeah, good day. Or they end saying, oh, I think I have said everything right now, I let you let's go to the question and answer. Sometimes you end before the time that was assigned to you, and people say, yeah, but it's very important that you make sure that you end properly your speech. You end with signaling that there is an end. In conclusion, in summary, if there is one thing that I would like to let you back, or just say, well, as I say in the beginning, it's a very important that you remember that your speech is like a pet, because this and that. So you do like a summary, even though you don't say in summary, but signal. Make sure that everyone is understanding that you're ending. And this is important also in a professional environment. It's important for two reasons. Because in professional environment, happens that people hopefully are polite and don't interrupt you. And so you speak, and people are like there waiting that you end. And they don't know when you are going to end. And if you really talk too much, then they let's say interrupt you in a very unpleasant way or in a very bad way. But the point is that if you signal that you are an end, you have the opportunity to say the most important things of your speech without to be interrupted. Because what is going to happen is going to happen that your audience, the people in the room, knows that you are going to end your speech, and that allow you to end your speech and allow you to say the most important things, the tail of your speech. Okay, that the tail is very important. Of course, the head is important because you grab the attention instead no one is caring about what you're saying, but the tail, it's important at the same level. So actually, I would like to say that the full pet is important, head, body, and tail. But sometimes people focus on the body, focus on the wobbling in the middle, and forget the head on the tail. That's the number one mistake. That's the number one mistake. And today, I really, really would like to stay on this. I really would like to focus on this because it's something that I have seen several times. I have seen several times that people just stop talking. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. And also, this is ruining also very good speeches. And I think that I have to a little bit dig into also the TED Talk, because you can imagine TED Talk and much better TEDx Talk. They are very polished, but the reality is there are now thousands of TEDx Talk, and I think thousand also TED Talk, and the very famous and impacting one are really like hundreds. And if you look to the TED Talk that are really not impacting, I know that the TED team make sure that you have a good start and a good ending, but it's happening that some endings are stronger than others. And if you look to the TEDx Talk that are have less views, you recognize this feeling. You recognize the feeling of people that start talking. Maybe at the TEDx they don't say their names, but because the TED format, let's say, push the speaker to start talking, but they really don't grab the attention. And also they end in the way, yeah, that's something that I would like to share with you today. Thank you very much. Yeah, the audience clap, but nothing was left behind because they don't signal, they don't end strong, they don't inspire, reflect, they don't have the call to action. You don't have to always to have a call to action. You don't have always to say, now let's go and break the stage. No, okay, there is not always a call to action. If there is something I would like to remind you is we are waiting for this document, dear client. Dear client, we are waiting for the approval of this. We are working on this one. We have achieved this result. Your last word in the end is what remains in the mind of your audience. So make it count. Take your time to build, wag your tail, signal your end, and leave something memorable in the hand of your audience. Say that, I would like just to thank you for your daily 30 minutes. My name is Riccardo Ginevri. You can say your name at the end when you're speaking. My name is Riccardo Ginevri. If you are following me, maybe you know, I have experience in my life of professional life of project and program manager. Many times as very poor, many times how poor communication, poor way to communicate messages, especially in professional environment, project settings, bid environment, sales environment, high skilled senior people going on the stage and start humming, start talking and say, well, today I prepared this slide and I would like to walk you through the slide, and then let's start reading the slide. Hello, my name is Riccardo Ginevri. I am the boss of this. I am the cool of this. I am this. I am that. I have done do this, that. People don't care. And I finish and say, okay, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation. And maybe people are already, let's say, looking to their mobile since the beginning of the presentation. I have seen all of this. I have witnessed all of this. I have witnessed a status reporting meeting, project management status reporting meeting happening every week, where the delivery lead, the project manager, were not highlighting the most important things. Or were just say, oh, today we have done this, this, and that. We are confident that we can deliver. And then the client didn't grasp that they were in need of doing something. And then the week after, oh, well, we are in late. And the client wake up and say, well, why are you late last week, oh, everything was going well. Well, yeah, but I told you last week that we were waiting this document from you. I don't want to remember that you say that you were waiting, because you didn't and say, oh, you know what? Before to close, I would like to remind you, we are waiting this document for you. Just say that. I have witnessed things like that several times, not one time. It was not like a sporadic, several times. Very professional, very senior people. So always, I would like to say, always go prepared, but always remember, grab the attention and leave your footprint. Leave and reinforce the message and leave a lasting message, lasting impression to your audience. Leave the message. Make sure that you are mentioning the most important things in the body of the message and at the end. There is nothing bad to repeat it at the end. Again, I'm ending. Riccardo here. Spontaneous Stories is my brand for storytelling, especially storytelling teaching with Lego. I will do another live with Lego. If you have any special topic you want to be treated, you want to go through, just drop me a message, direct message me, send me a comment below this video, and I will be very happy to treat. For today is it's all. Thank you very much to join on my live. I joined my live today, and thank you very much to see again the the recording. And now I would, if there is one thing that I would like to leave you back, follow me, connect with me, click follow, click connect. I'm very happy to accept your connection, so you won't miss any live, you won't miss any my videos about public speaking and storytelling. Say that, and a great rest of the day. Thank you very much. Ciao.